Okay.
Hey Tom, happy Sunday. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Emily. How's LA these days?
It's beautiful as always. It's like sunny and perfect. How is South Florida?
Sunny and very hot and humid, but very nice as well.
Yeah, yeah, but hot. So, I had the opportunity to look at your blog that you wrote this week, and I saw you took on quite the topic, a meaty topic, dating in the 21st century.
And the subtitle is, Could It Be Any Crazier? So, you're single and you know what it's like. I was single for 20 years before my marriage, and I remember what it was like. And it was very different in the day that I was dating. I kind of described what it was like just a few years ago and how it is today. And it's basically no rules dating. So we're hoping that people are going to, check out our blogs because we've done a series of these relationships. That's kind of our theme binge for for the past 4 weeks and the next probably 4 or 5 weeks, because it's so critical to our work as counselors and coaches. And so, we've done one on codependency, we've done one on inner children, we've done one on just relationships in general. Next week, we're going to be doing something on the tips for successful dating, as well as how to sabotage. So we're kind of going
Okay,
through
all
this.
right.
Yeah. So we're hoping people will tune in. How do they get in
So
touch with us? They do it through our website, right?
yeah, they can do it through our website. They can always subscribe to our blog, and they can always email us, message us on Facebook, and then innerlifetransformations@gmail.com. But we're focusing here on dating in the 21st century, and I gotta tap into that wisdom that you have there, Tom. So, what's your number one tip for someone who's out there right now?
In the end, and this will be one of our dating tips for next week, just be yourself. Because so many people don't know how to handle themselves on a dating app and their profiles and this and that. And I find that the best dating tip is just be yourself, be genuine and authentic. And take it, if somebody ghosts you or somebody doesn't seem to respond or doesn't swipe you or whatever, don't take that as rejection. Okay? Right? Take that as God saying that wasn't the right person for you and good for you. In other words, trust the flow. That whoever's supposed to come into your life will come into your life. I think that's really important for people to just kind of let go and go with the flow.
But what about for people like me that really like I don't have the gumption to online date. Does that mean that I'm stuck alone forever? Like, is that my only option to
All right. Well,
access the world?
yeah, and I'm going to bring in the spiritual a little bit. We are a spiritual counseling and coaching agency, right?
We are, yes, we are.
And what I do is what I get from spirit and from our spiritual guides and all that is you will bring in the energy of that person into your life when you're ready. So you could meet them at the grapefruit section at the grocery store. It could be the person you have a fender bender with. It doesn't have to be through a dating app. It doesn't have to be at the nightclub or the bar. It literally will happen when it's meant to happen. So you kind of just trust and open yourself up to that. So I ask you, Emily, are you ready to meet a really serious, wonderful partner?
No.
Okay. Honest answer. Honest answer. Okay. Right. And I think that's just kind of that was really honest because you're right.
But but if I'm picking up what you're putting down, I think what you're saying is this is kind of like this is about attraction. So if I'm really looking for a partner, it's not so much about what I'm doing externally, but that there's something. What should I be doing then internally to get the right vibration to attract in this stellar mate?
Right. Well, we always talk about the ascended master, Jesus, where he has this wonderful thing of love your neighbor. He didn't stop there. He said, as you love yourself. This is a basic law of the universe. You find it in many, many wonderful religions and spiritual teachers around the world. So when you are working internally on your self-esteem and your confidence and learning to really love and care for yourself, you can't help but attract that kind of person into your life who's also done that kind of work. And so that's kind of when it will happen. Now, you know, we're doing this all the time, you and I, just because it's our field. We're always working on ourselves and growing and evolving and all that good stuff, right? Yes, exactly.
Well, it's an experimental science, and we've got to do it. I feel like we have to do it on ourselves first, right? Like we're kind of in this realm experimenting and in this world of attraction and vibration, spirituality.
You know, you just said it perfectly well. It's the vibration. When you are in a place of good vibration with yourself, you can only bring people in at the same vibration. And some of your former partners and my former partners and all that were, the vibration was fine back then, but I'm in a very different vibration today. We couldn't possibly connect with those people anymore because we're just in a different space than they are. And so you're going to bring in the people who are at your vibration of loving health and loving awareness and you know, open-heartedness and so on and so forth. So that's why I think you're probably closer to being ready than you think. But the point is, you'll know when you're ready to say, yeah, I'm ready to start looking for that person, bring that person into my life.
Well, when your vibration, I get that. And I also get the opposite is true, like when your vibration is off, you know, which is how I was feeling for a while, right? I know I'm not going to attract that level of health and open-heartedness, right? I'm going to attract or reflect where I'm at. And when we're in woundedness, I think that's why it's a good time to take a break. I know there was a long time ago in my life where I kind of was a serial monogamist, you know, like in my early 20s. And it's kind of like I just picked up the baggage from one relationship and carried it to the next one, you know, and it just got to be more and more. And you know, before it kind of like really took the opportunity to stop and heal and put it all down, right? I think that's key because the vibration gets heavier and heavier. It gets denser.
Absolutely. I think that, in fact, that's another thing. I think you just gave me an idea for the blog next week in terms of things to dating tips is release the old baggage. Absolutely. I mean, we do carry baggage in from prior relationships. A very common one is if your partner cheated on you in the prior relationship, then you bring all that hurt and anger into the next relationship, and your next partner, you're very suspicious of them when they're maybe perfectly trustworthy and has nothing to do with that. So yeah, each one of these is kind of like how we move forward and learn from our lessons. So.
Yeah, I really get what you're saying. And you know, what I see in coaching people a lot, something that really emerges, this pattern, which kind of global as well, is a lack of self-trust. Mm-hmm. What I see is based on experience, whether, you know, people have been cheated on or been a cheater, or, you know, it's funny because you said we bring the history of our relationships into our new relationship. Right. And the most common ones we do are with mom and dad, right? No one wants to talk about that, but right, because it's cycles. And this is I think why it's so key to have that counseling and that coaching support, because the counseling is, you know, really those older relationships and patterns, where the coaching is more about the awareness in the current life and, you know, how it shows up and how we can shift those older patterns into a new future.
And that's pretty much what we addressed in the blog on codependency last time. And so you've hit a lot of the high points, and we want the people now to go and take a look for themselves before we talk completely about ourselves. Anyway, so I want to thank everybody for listening in on this. InnerLifeTransformations.org. Please subscribe to our blogs. I don't think you'll find them boring. And remember, Emily does some life coaching blogs on a regular basis, also called A Spiritual Side. So we look forward to seeing you.
Yes, thank you so much for your time, Tom. Have a great evening. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.